no clue how to get him out.
The opening of the drain pipe is about the size of a large frying pan. Even at 65 pounds, Zeke was able to squeeze in because canines do not have collarbones like people. His shoulder bones can actually disconnect, which allows Zeke to compress his body and slide into the tight space.
The 50-pound dog is on top of her and fighting to get free. The weight of the struggling dog is now pushing the basket and Eugenia deeper and deeper underwater.
The dog was chasing another animal when she accidentally slipped over the edge of the retaining wall. Luckily, because of the steep angle, she barrel rolls instead of plummets and eventually lands on the narrow ledge of a concrete square.
I received a call.
Rescuers believe the pup may have been seeking shelter from the downpour under some tree branches. As the water level climbed, only the end of his tiny snout remained above water. His little body got swept up and wedged into a branch. They believe Rembrandt sticks his snout in chasing a bug, but the neck of the can is so narrow he can't get to the bottom, so he twists and pushes with all his might. There's a natural bump on the back of his skull. Once that's past the rim of the opening, he's stuck. When he tries to get out, the metal digs into his throat.
And tethered to the property with a long chain. As the water rose, the long chain should have enabled the dog to get up on the deck. But during the ferocious storm, he goes under the house and hangs in the stilts that keep the structure out of the water. Now he only has about 2 feet of chain left.
Okay, buddy. Didn't fire. When the suspect hits Princess the first time, the gun glanced to the ground, the slide mechanism retracted, and the bullet partially ejected, getting stuck half in, half out of the chamber. That jams the gun. Then when he hits Princess, here's the plan. Police will send in the dog. At the same time, they'll open fire with non-lethal weapons. Flashbangs, rubber bullets, and beanbags. The idea is to distract the suspect while the dog takes him down. Stroke of luck. The bike wheels used by Marcus that day are of a super lightweight carbon fiber construction. So when Nelson is hit, Marcus's front wheel absorbs the impact and collapses, most likely saving Nelson from serious internal injury. With a sling under each leg, the harness allows Gamble to hold on to Diff as he makes his precarious descent down Mount Maroon. He uses the harness to lower 165-pound Diff as he inches his way down the slippery, rocky terrain.
As Buddy strays farther from the shore, the ice gets thinner and thinner. When he's about 50 feet out, he hits a patch of paper-thin ice, and it cracks. And then the 60-pound dog crashes through.
Major fights to stay afloat in the freezing water, but his doggy paddle is no match for the Class 5 rapids. Hazardous drops beneath the fast-moving torrents create a vacuum-like effect that repeatedly sucked poor Major under. Every time the 55-pound dog submerges, he's tossed around like a rag doll in a washing machine and slammed against large boulders. There was poor Nico. The 50-pound dog is trapped in a narrow opening, only 14 inches in diameter, and it appears to be about 3 feet down.
The dog was clawing his way up the hole, trying to press his back to it and clawing his way upward.
But as Nico scrambles to climb out, all of a sudden he loses his grip and starts to plummet. What Michael doesn't realize is that Nico has fallen into an abandoned well, and it's not 3 feet deep, it's 180 straight down.